Motorcycles and Misfits.
Wow!
Coming to you from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California.
Double wow.
Sunny, not on fire.
Very
Well,
nice.
no, we had a fire quite close by, darling.
Oh, this is true, yeah.
Yes.
We'll get to that. Hey, everyone, this is Liza, and I am back.
You are indeed. I can tell, and she's real. I mean, she's like Liza shaped, and you know, this isn't a voice going out from the ether. Liza is right there in front of me.
But boy, jet lag kicked my booty.
Well, we
Yep.
actually visited with each other last weekend, and you look pretty beat.
Still
Even though you were in your fabulous new suit.
Ooh, I know.
But you're going to do a standalone show next week about the
Yeah,
Vietnam trip because it's epic enough.
Donovan's going to come join us.
Yes.
We're going to talk about
Nice.
Vietnam because it's worth it. It is a great motorcycle destination. That's my summary. But we'll get to that. But I wanted to thank first off Emma
Hello.
for running things while I was gone. I appreciate it.
Well, that's quite all right. You can rely on me, darling. I'm not like the others.
Oh no, you were quite unlike all the others.
Yeah.
And also I wanted to thank Bagel. Last week we weren't able to do the recording, so Bagel got together one of his favorite episodes and created an intro so that we could put something out for everyone. So thanks for pulling that out.
And what was your favorite episode, Bagel? I confess I haven't listened to it.
It was the last episode before you came. You remember the
was it?
glory days.
Yeah,
No, it
before
was-
I ruined it for everybody by just showing up unannounced.
That was episode 65, the review of the Pakistan trip with Aaron and Jeanette.
Yeah.
And you were riding a tiny, tiny little 50, weren't you?
In Pakistan?
Yes.
It was a 150,
Oh, it was a 150.
but it was very old. It was a 63 Vespa.
Small wheel?
Oh, yeah, 8-inch,
Oh, God almighty.
2,000 kilometers, including through baby head size rocks on the DSI plains.
Good
Just absolutely nuts.
You see, I've said it before, Bagel, and I'll say it again. You are made of stern stuff. Even though you eat peculiar things like tofu and yogurt with granola, you,
No
you
tofu.
you are a stern. You really are. You're a you are a robust fellow.
Well, thank you. I try my best.
Oh, you're very welcome. Liza, what did we do today? It was quite quiet because, among other things, so here are the hurdles against us today. Number one, it is unseasonably cold in Santa Cruz. I mean, really cold.
By our standards. yes.
Unseasonably cold, which is what
I had to put on a thicker sweatshirt.
Right, exactly. I think it's what it's not 50 degrees. It's about 45 degrees.
Oh, and with the sun, it's probably pretty nice.
Yeah.
But,
how are things in Velveeta?
Oh, I woke up with everything frozen this morning.
Oh, really?
It was in the 20s.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not
nasty
bad here.
business.
Frosty.
Emma,
Yes, darling.
I wanted to fill you in on an update since I got back. My favorite project,
Oh God.
my baby, is in the shop getting a paint job.
Instead of dingoes
The-
took your
the
baby,
Amigo?
dingoes painted your baby.
You're painting the Amigo?
No, the Jeep, silly.
Oh
Oh,
God.
the four-wheeled Amigo.
Yeah, the four-wheel.
Welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits GP podcast.
So the Jeep is getting a paint job, and I took it to Mako.
Well, hang on. Listen, before we go any further, I'm going to issue a broad apology about this fucking Jeep. But I am actually going to cut you some slack, Liza, because for those of us that have shorter memories, when did you have surgery on your knees?
The very end of August.
So, and no riding motorcycles for you?
I just started riding a few weeks ago, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, basically, this started this whole Jeep nonsense. And I know it's unforgivable to keep talking about it on the podcast, but I will give you that.
But as I said, there's great parallels.
There are
and,
none.
And in restoring a easy to work on vehicle,
There
much
are
like
none.
many of the old Hondas. So I had gotten a quote for paint from a body shop down the street for somewhere between $8,000 to $15,000.
And that's about
Yeah.
what it costs to paint a vehicle these days.
Which is ridiculous. So I ended up going to Mako, which is the now's version of Earl Scheib, if you remember that. And I got a quote of $2,500. And that's for like the two, what do you call them? Double coat paint. Like it's like a little bit better paint and
Two stage,
yeah, two stage stuff like that. Like you start at the bottom and work your way up. So I've been doing a lot of prep on it, removing a lot of the trim and the fenders and lights and stuff, and sanding stuff down, scraping silicone from behind the fender wells, stuff like that. And took it in, and they've been painting it, and I'm going to be getting it back tomorrow, which is cool. But it made me think about, like, what a big project for $2,500. Like, that's nothing, for doing a paint job, considering the amount of work it takes.
Right.
And it made me think about, and I had thought about trying to paint it myself, and there's many how-to videos online you can watch how to paint, but I've been down this road before. I've painted, you see finger quotes, painted some bikes before.
Yes.
One where I really tried to do the best job I could. I'm not talking about just rattle canning. I'm talking about
Right.
doing the prep, doing the stages, doing the wet sanding, doing all the things. And there's many things in motorcycle maintenance where you think, one of these days, like I'm gonna go bigger. I'm gonna try and rebuild an engine, and as long as you follow the steps, you can do it. And then when you're like, I'm gonna try and paint a bike, and many people try this. We've had this happen in the garage where people say, I'm gonna paint my own bike. Remember Micah?
Yes.
Painted a bike. Megan painted a bike. And then they get into it and realize that they're way in over their head and doing a good job.
Right.
And to me, it seems, I want to get your confirmation, it seems like probably the hardest thing for somebody to do well. Like everything else, if you follow the instructions, you can really just do about anything on a motorcycle. But painting is where most people fall flat.
Well, I think I might be able to tell you a little bit of why that is.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit before our guests come on. We have some special guests coming on. I wanted to talk a bit about painting because it's a thing that I think a lot of people think they can do this. It doesn't require a lot of special tools.
Yes.
Bagel, have you tried painting before?
I've been painting my house today, actually, but
that doesn't count.
No, you're any of your
in terms of like vehicles, really not much more than like rattle can repairs.
Right.
I mean, I've done some body work and prep too, but nothing close to like professional grade.
Right. And I think that there are so many hurdles to overcome. It can seem like an insurmountable task. Because, yes, there are proper techniques you have to use. And you can read about them from the book. You can pick up a book and it'll show you how to do rust repair. It'll show you how to do body repair. It'll show you how to do gas tank repair.
And I want to clarify, we're talking supplies you can buy at an Ace Hardware.
Right, absolutely.
We're not talking about special guns or anything.
Exactly. Everything you can buy. But there are so many outside factors that involve it. Temperature, air pressure, moisture in the air, moisture level in your garage, ground temperature in your garage, temperature of the components, temperature of the paint, and it all changes the finished product. And at the end of the day, you can follow the steps A, B, C, and it's a very, very linear mathematical process. This is how you do your repairs on dented metal or, twisted metal. This is how you do your repairs for Bondo if you have to need any. This is the repairs you have to do on the primer and so on and so forth. But when it comes to putting on that final finish, there's that sort of almost artistic thing.
I remember the heartbreak when I was doing it proper. Doing all the prep, all the wet dry sanding.
And the finish line is in sight.
And then I do another layer and something's different and it wrinkles.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh.
And there's so many different things that can cause that. There might have been a differential in temperature in the garage. It might have been a difference in thickness of the coat. Painters are amazing professional individuals. If somebody is able to paint to a professional standard, it's absolutely a wonderful thing. I can knock out a pretty decent paint job, but the problem is, number one, I don't have that flair for paint. I farm all my painting out. And we kind of approach it together, because if I'm getting a paint job done on a bike, what traditionally I do, I like standard graphics. Mm-hmm. But often I'll turn the volume up on the color a little bit because, you go back 50 years, especially on British bikes, they didn't quite have the color palette that you do now. So if you're dealing with a red bike, the colors back then maybe weren't as vibrant. So you can use really vibrant color, but you can use an OEM graphic. So I'll get my painter guy to paint it, then I'll put the graphics on, and then it goes back to him for the clear over the top. But it's one of those things. It is so hard to execute properly.
Well, let's talk about some of the steps. I mean, to do paint, most of it, they say in the biz, it's all about the prep, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Getting everything sanded down, smooth, and then getting like a primer layer that to as your base to build on.
Well, yes, that's the donkey work, but just laying on that final finish at the end, it requires an artistic flair, and not everybody's got that.
So let's talk about, Emma, let's talk about what are some of the tips and tricks to successfully do a home paint job. So let's say they sanded stuff down. And
no, you've gone too far already. No. First off is you need two very separate areas.
Okay.
You need the area where you're going to do the prep, where you're going to do the sanding down, where you're going to actually laying on the Bondo, where you're going to be doing metal repairs. Area number one. And then area number two is where you're actually going to be laying on the paint. And that can be as simple as kind of sectioning off a corner of your garage with polythene sheeting, because you absolutely have to control that environment. When you're actually laying on paint, you have to control that environment. You have to control the dust, you have to control the temperature, and you have to control the moisture in it, all of which can absolutely ruin your paint job. So that's before you even do any work on the bike. You've got to say, this is where I'm going to be preparing the items. This is where I'm going to be sanding them down and doing all the welding if I need to, and lead work if I need to, and Bondo work if I need to, and sanding down. I'm going to do it there.
I'll tell you my tip.
Yes.
I have it out in the garage right now because I was doing a little rattle canning this weekend. The little portable radiant heaters.
There you go.
So I've used that. I've had those for a long time. Set that up just to bring the room temperature up. But I put my can of spray paint on top. Warm it up.
Warm the paint because it flows better when it's warm.
Yes.
And you know what else that does? It does two things. Warms up the paint, which makes it a little less viscous. However, if we go back to basics, the aerosol can, is a fixed volume. What happens to a gas when you heat it up? It expands. So you're actually increasing the pressure in the can, so the paint is coming out of the spray nozzle and atomizing in a more fine way. So you'll always get a better finish by warming up your can. You've got to be careful with it, though, because if you warm it up too much, it will explode in your hand, and that'll make a mess.
So that's my first tip to make it a little bit better. Those little radiant heaters work great.
Yeah.
And I was even leaning like metal parts up against it to heat them up a bit. So Emma, let's get what are some other tips where people usually go wrong? What can you tell people their tips?
Cleanliness. I cannot stress that enough. There is nothing as heartbreaking as laying down a paint job and getting a bug in it, or a grain of dust, or just something, or a booger.
I was once painting outdoors in my backyard in Atlanta, and a swarm of gnats landed on it.
God,
like a swarm.
Scratch and sniff paint job.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's one of the things about painting outside. You've got to. I cannot stress this enough. If you really want to do a nice paint job, you've got to control that environment.
Let's say, okay, so clean environment, controlling the temperature.
Yes.
And making sure the paint and the products are not too cold.
Right.
When you're spraying rattle can, right? Like how many coats should one do? And here's my question. Do you do a coat and then sand, do a coat and then sand, or do you do a couple layers and then sand? What's the best technique?
So the way I've done it in the past, and it is hard with aerosol cans because you're never going to get the finish with an aerosol can that you will with a spray gun because you can't lay on as much paint. Mm-hmm. So if I'm dealing with an item that I'm painting, I'll always just put on a very, very thin coat of primer, what I call a guide coat. And that just makes sure that I have something like a foundation to bond to. And then I'll lay on a couple of heavy coats of primer and then sand it. And then another couple of heavy coats of primer, and then really fine sand it, and then start thinking about the color. If you think about it like a sandwich, okay?
Okay, I don't know where you're going on this one.
Your primer should be a thick slice of bread.
Okay.
Your color should be a thin slice of ham.
Yeah.
And then your clear coat should be a thick slice of bread on top. That's how you should think about it.
Oh, that's a good tip. So how do you keep orange peel from happening?
Oh, that's all temperature and pressure.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because I just assumed as you're laying down paint, it's just going to fall unevenly and just create an orange peel surface.
Yeah, well, that's low pressure. So you've got to get the pressure up.
Well, if you're working with rattle cans, you got what you got.
Yeah, but you can heat them up and that helps.
Okay.
And then, you can knock down on orange peel just by doing lots and lots and lots of light coats. It gets very tedious after a while, but it pays if you do a light coat and knock it down. And don't be shy about getting really, really fine sandpaper, getting into like the 2000 grit, and blocking it. There's my top tip.
Yeah.
When you sand paint, you should be blocking, which basically means you're not holding the sandpaper in your hand. Mm-hmm. You're wrapping it round a square thing. Now, you can go into Ace Hardware. You can go into any Lowe's. You can buy a sanding block.
Yeah.
And they're made out of very, very dense foam. They're great. But they usually have quite coarse sandpaper bonded to them. So they're no good for you. But what you can do is you can wrap some very fine sandpaper around it and just hope to God you don't wear through it. And, and because they're great, and block sand it. And that's how you get a lot of the orange peel out. Because if you're just sanding with your fingertips, you're going to wear through a specific area.
I think this is where the common mistakes people make is one, trying to make shortcuts and they putting on the paint too thick and you cause like runs, like right. That's a run of death. And then two, when you're sanding, like trying to do shortcuts because people want to use like a machine sander, to do it faster.
You'll burn through it.
Right. It has to be by hand. This is why
it's got to be.
There's no shortcuts to paint.
And a run isn't the end of the world. My painting guy Ed, he's incredibly talented painter, and he's not bothered by runs. If often he'll lay on a finish on a vertical surface, and it'll get a run. And he's got this thing. It looks like a wood plane, mm-hmm. but in miniature. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a pencil sharpener, and you just run it across the surface, and there's a very, very sharp blade, and it'll take the run out.
Oh.
And then once it's taken the run out, you just, again, you block it flat. And then that's it. The run's gone.
So you get how many layers of paint, do you think? You already said like 6 layers of primer.
I think 6 layers of primer, couple of, you see, when the paint goes on, when the color goes on, when it's the color you want it and it's not blotchy, stop. There's no point in putting more on.
Okay, because now
you're laying on the clear.
And so when you get the paint, you got to get that sanded down smooth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before you put the
well, if you
clear coat on, or do you let the clear coat settle over the paint?
No. Here's what I do. So you've got all your primer on and you've got it blocked flat. So you've got super smooth primer. And, it just feels so silky to the touch. And then you can lay your color on. And now it's the color you wanted. You've got a couple of coats on there. It looks great. It's not blotchy at all. It's the color you want. Bear in mind, it's going to look a little darker when you put the clear on it anyway. Put your first coat of clear on, and you can do a nice heavy coat of clear, and then not start sanding that and get as much of the orange peel out of you as you can, and then just start building up coats of clear. You could put 5 coats of clear on.
Yeah.
Easy.
What kind of clear coat in a spray can do you recommend?
I mean, they're all as good or as bad as you want to say. If I'm doing a really, really, really nice paint job, you can actually get spray cans now where there is the catalyst in the can. And when you actually press a button on the can, it mixes the catalyst in with the paint. And it's like spraying with a gun.
Mm.
You have catalyzed paint, because most paint that comes in rattle cans is just air drying paint. And it's never as good as catalyzed paint. Catalyzed paint is paint that would never harden until you put the catalyst in, and now it hardens.
What are other common mistakes you see people make? Oh, I know. I've seen people go through all the work to get something primed and then touch something and put like greasy fingerprints on it.
Right.
Like...
And just read the damn can. It's like, okay, if you get a good quality rattle can, because not everybody's going to want to buy spraying equipment.
Yeah.
And good quality means, somebody like SEM, professional stuff. It'll tell you on the can. It'll say if the temperature is 20 degrees, and usually you can't spray at less than 20 degrees. So you need to get the temperature in your workshop above 20 degrees. Whether it's a warm day outside, you've got a space heater in there. 20 degrees. So at 20 degrees, and a wet coat will take this long to be touch dry. It'll be this long before you can put the next coat on.
Oh, that's the other thing.
This long.
Not waiting long enough.
Right. So you read the can.
But also, if you wait too long, there's a whole window for putting the next
right, because then if
on.
you wait too long, that's going to wrinkle and do. You see?
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah, I know.
This is why I think so many people try it first time and never do it again.
Right, and it's annoying because this paint might not be compatible with that primer, and that clear coat might not be compatible with that paint. And what makes it worse? It may be from the same manufacturer, that you can't use that clear coat with their... And painters know this stuff. Painters know that you can use Glasurit primer, and then you can use, 3M color coat and God knows what clear coat. They know all this because they have the knowledge. They are the painters. Painting is a pain in the ass.
I think painters are masochists.
I think so. Huffing all those paint fumes.
That's the thing. It is possible to do, but very hard. Well, maybe we should ask some of our guests if they have any experience painting.
Well, I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do. I'm wondering if they've gone down the same path.
Same rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that again. I'll tell you what. Well, are you guys ready to be introduced? Yes.
Yeah.
Yay!
We're so excited.
We are
so
excited. It's going to be great.
So,
It's going to be great.
You know how excited we are for next month going to Vegas.
Oh, you guys are coming.
Oh, of course.
Woo!
Yes, we're coming. We go for AimExpo, but now there's like the not just the cherry, it's the whipped cream, nuts, and cherry on top. Is the one show in Vegas piggybacking onto AimExpo. Our favorite. It's my favorite show to go to in Portland, and now they're going to Vegas. So we've got Thor and Tori, the organizers of the whole thing here. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
And I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, this is not your first time on our show. Certainly, Tor. I think it might be your first time, Tori. But I think, Tor, you've been on our show before many years ago.
Yeah, I think even last year.
Yeah, we usually rope him in.
Yeah, we usually try and get an interview, but of course, this year it's a big year. There are 2 one motorcycle shows. Can there be 2?
I don't know. Yeah.
Is there 2?
Dang it.
I mean, maybe you should consider changing the name to the 2 Moto Show.
I feel like that's been done.
Well, she's doing one and I'm doing one, so
it's still one for one.
This is her first one.
So now we've got the exclusive on this show. So the one Moto Show Las Vegas is actually Tori's creation.
Yes, let's go with that.
Is that who we blame?
Yes, I think that's what he's secretly doing.
Well, I wanted to thank you guys for coming on. The one show in Portland is really it's my favorite motorcycle show because it so aligns with what we are all about, which is the love of all things 2 wheels, not just, racing, not just scooters, not just dirt, not just Harleys, it's all the things. And I don't know any other show that is all encompassing as much as the one show. Do you, Emma? Have you ever encountered this?
The obvious parallel on the West Coast, at least, is Born Free. But Born Free has become kind of almost like so specialized as a chopper show. Yours, I think, is a far more diverse show because, what do you get at the one show? Everything.
Everything, yeah. Well, it looks like we got the rest of the Vegas crew here now too. So,
what's up, guys?
Yeah, you want to, Tori? You want to introduce the rest of your crew?
Yeah, for sure. So we got the one that you just heard from is Magic Mike.
Hey,
hi, Mike.
How's it going?
I think he's been involved with Born Free a few times, and then you've got Christian Sosa.
Christian, hi.
What's happening?
Hey.
Got the Main Street Moto crew.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hey. Hello.
Good.
Welcome on the show, everyone.
This is wild right now. This is a small portion of the one show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Las Vegas. But yeah, no. So it was interesting. We went to Vegas about a year ago and hung out with this crew primarily, and we decided that maybe there was time for expansion of the show and see what would happen. And kind of one thing led to the next, and here we are. Just a couple weeks away.
Yeah, it's close. So my question before we go any further for the builders, are you all Vegas builders or are you Southern California builders too?
We're from Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're all Vegas builders. This is exciting.
That's why they reached out.
Right.
Yeah, we're all here from Vegas, and so when they came down, it just was a good fit that they reached out to us to help them when.
Not only that, but we're also about a mile apart from each other.
Yeah,
Right.
all
always
of us,
scamming
actually.
always scamming parts off of each other when we in the middle of a build. Christian, how many times have you needed something before you were going to One Moto in Portland at the last minute?
Always. I'll be there in a couple days, by the way.
So and again, we're going to get back to you, Thor and Tori. I'm very interested talking to the builders right now. So what do you guys do? Are you all chopper builders? I'm noticing you two. There's a picture. My eyesight's terrible. Is that an aerial square four behind you? Are you doing vintage British stuff?
Oh, well, so what exactly that is, I'm not 100% sure of, but so we've got a shop, Main Street Moto, in downtown Las Vegas. And so we work on everything from old vintage stuff of various genres to late model, 150 horsepower, bagger builds.
Okay,
So-
but you said it right there. So Bagger Builds, you're basically a Harley shop that does vintage stuff too.
Well, yeah, because that's where the money is,
Okay. And then the other guys?
Christian.
Sorry?
Yeah. I build handmade motorcycles.
Oh.
So I don't even know what I would call these things. They're just
Okay.
made from scratch motorcycles. I work with every manufacturer.
So you build with Japanese engines, with American engines, European engines, whatever you can get your hands on.
That's right.
Very good. And the last builder, forgive me for forgetting your names immediately.
No, my name's Mike. But
Okay.
no, I primarily do Harley Davidsons. So any make and model for those is what I like to mess with.
Right away, Emma. Look at his shirt.
Yeah, well, of course you're
that.
right. Yeah, exactly.
So those are my dudes.
I know. I love that.
And I want to throw in that these guys are all being very modest right now.
Yeah, they are.
The caliber of builds is just something that you would never be able to attain. Like Magic Mike on his own and Christian Sosa on his own and Main Street Moto on their own. They just all encompass a different part of American motorcycling and in a super unique way. And kind of, if I had to look up to anybody, it's these three. I think if anybody's doing it right on the West Coast, I think we've got the three in the meeting right here.
So do you think, let's narrow that down further. Do you think that there's a West Coast look? And I know there used to be. Way back in the day, there was a Bay Area look for choppers, and you build a Bay Area looking chopper, and it was a very, very specific look. Do you think there's like a West Coast look now, or a Vegas look, or a SoCal look?
No.
I'm going to stay out of this one. You guys.
Well, I'm just going to tell you that I'm not from the West Coast. I moved out here 7 years ago, so it's not like I'm born and raised in Vegas or anything like that. The other guys, they've been here a lot longer than me.
Right.
But as far as I came from Milwaukee, the Midwest, and so I was doing it back there before I moved here. But so as far as like a certain look, like I just like making a cool motorcycle. It's not really, I don't really follow like a certain guideline or something like anything like that. But I don't even consider them like really like choppers or bobbers or whatever. They're just like custom bikes to me.
Well, and again, going back to the one show, that's what I love is that you'll have beautiful custom chopper next to like a Trail 70, and they're all cool. They're like, there's no pretensions. There's something cool about every vehicle in there, and I love that the one show brings that spirit that everything can be cool, right? And everything has a place. But yeah, you guys, the whole Vegas thing, I'm curious, will the Vegas show be more big twin chopper inspired because that's the whole Vegas vibe?
I think that's probably a question for Thor or Tori.
Yeah. So as show curator for the Portland show and now the Vegas show as well, we're really staying with the spirit of keeping it diverse. And it's been super awesome to see the amount of builders that have submitted that have never been able to submit to the Portland show before. So it's not just all Vegas builders. It is the surrounding area and maybe some folks from California that haven't been able to make it up north. Mm-hmm. But it is very much going to be in line with our Portland show. Still some very diverse bikes and builds. We've got vintage dirt. We've got land speed bikes. We've got V-twins, and then race bikes as well. So expect to see the same caliber of diversity, but like bikes you've never seen before in the one show.
And I'm really thrilled to hear that because opening up Southern California, I've I suppose we're considered Northern California. We're certainly
Yes.
Central Northern California. And I've exhibited a couple of bikes up in Portland, and it's a trek, especially if you're driving a truck or a van. It's a trek up there.
Cold and treacherous sometimes.
Right, exactly. And so to have all this Southern California and Nevada stuff available now, I'm really excited to see what's going to come up, because I know it's a great scene down there.
Well, the other thing that I really love about the Spirit of the One show is that not only do you have the bikes with equal billing, is you have the art and the music and the food. Like, it is all encompassing. And then the other thing that we have to say, the other kind of thing that really sets it apart, is the setting and locale, which is always unique. And it's taking something that nobody could see what the potential was, and then finding every ounce of potential in an abandoned building. You guys are great at that. And you're doing that again in Vegas. You've managed to do that.
So tell us about the building.
Yeah, totally. So when we went down there, we and our gurus are Christian and the crew down there. So like we're asking them, like, where's the energy right now, and they all pointed us towards the art district downtown Fremont Street area. And so we went down there, and I really didn't want to look anywhere else. And we were having a tough time finding a spot that had, like you said, some character to it. We found an old rock and roll venue called the Huntridge, but they weren't available to rent it out. They're in mid process of like redeveloping it, which is that's our point of expertise.
Yeah, it's your wheelhouse.
Yeah, just insert us for as cheap rent as you could possibly do.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we went downtown, and there was this on the marquee that was like, have an event, call this number. So we called the number, and it's this old. What did it say? I read some quote that was like, the last casino that gamblers go to before parting ways with the planet.
Nice. That's quite the accolade.
Wow.
But it was just this cool old school, like, Las Vegas casino that had just not been in operation for a number of years. So it just was perfect. And we went there, and the sink, the water fountain sink was like eating itself with whatever liquid was coming out of that thing. And like,
I saw that.
You saw that.
Vegas sludge.
Yeah.
That's that Vegas water.
Right? Don't drink out of there.
It said, don't drink out of here.
And the leasing was clearly very uncomfortable about us being in there to begin with. And there was massive homeless turds outside. I was like,
oh God,
this is super familiar right now.
So perfect.
It's like,
Wow.
the spot. And so we just put in an offer. We said, this is kind of the ideal area. It's right downtown. It's got some character to it. It's got a cool look to it. Because one thing that we've noticed over the years is that every location is sort of a character in the show. It's not just the show is done in this place. It's the show, the character of the location is just equally as important as any of the other aspects of the show. So yeah, we kind of nailed down a deal. And the way that I always do things is jump into the shallow end, head first, and
Don't do that, kid.
hopefully figure out the rest, and it seems to be clipping together really nicely. And so that's the location. That's how we got that spot.
So to our listeners, what can they expect? How many square feet is this? How many bikes are we going to expect to see? Bands, food?
So it's about a 37,000 square foot area that we're allowed to use on this venue. It's not as big as the Seidel Yards that we've been using for the last 4 years. That's about 60,000 square feet.
Yeah, it's
inside.
14 acres.
14 acres. But yeah, go ahead. We're going to go.
So inside is about 10,000 square feet, and then outside is another probably double that. But yeah, between the, we're using as much. We asked to use the rooms upstairs. They said no. So that's the only thing. So basically, it's 80s version of a casino that's been vacated. So there's no slot machines, nothing. There's a couple stages, a bar, a couple bars, bingo hall because it was an old bingo place, and then the outdoor as well. So we've got about 100 bikes.
Yeah, about a third of the size of Portland. So in Portland, we typically take 350 submissions that actually get accepted. We get more like 5 to 550 submissions for that show. We had well over the amount of submissions that we're able to accept in Vegas, but it's going to be about 100 bikes plus on display.
Yeah, and then you know what? You need to ask the Vegas crew what that area is like, because I've only been there and we're excited. But
so the Vegas guys, who knows this area the best out of the three of you? I mean, Mike, you stepped up. You've certainly seen the sink.
I definitely seen the sink, but it is a good area that we hang out down there. It's right at the end of Fremont, so right at the end of where all the people walk to. So there's also I heard some kind of event also going on downtown where there is going to be a lot of foot traffic down there at that time. So it's not far from anything. Like anything you want to go do is in walking distance of this place.
I highly recommend the Mobster Museum.
Yeah.
We did that last time. It's fun.
And I think actually I'm staying down there. And
we're staying downtown.
Yeah, I think I'm at the Downtowner, which is right round the corner from the venue. So
yeah, you could literally walk to the Mob Museum if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, you guys also have a certain aesthetic when you set something up where, and I don't know, Tor, if it's your vision that you go from the bikes to setting up a venue with the lights and the stages and the things where if you look real closely, you realize there is a risk of tetanus, but if you just step back, it's just beautiful. Is this going to be the same feeling?
Everything's a risk of death.
Which, by the way, is a selling point for me.
Totally. It's not for everybody. That's the good part. No, it's definitely, I think this is probably, and I hate to admit it, it's a little bit more refined than we're used to. It's got power and working sinks and stuff. But it's on the brink. So it's kind of the perfect combination of, the funny thing is, when I think about it, it's just like our first show. It really has a throwback feel to it. We're putting it together. There's a lot of unknowns. We're sweating every day, losing sleep, thinking that it's not going to be a success. It's just everything that you could think of when I did the first show. It was well,
let's go back there. What year was the first show?
2000. I should know this, but 2010. 2010.
Okay.
2010.
Now, you've gone through a lot of venues over the years. We personally have visited you at the Pickle Factory.
Yeah.
And I think we did the last year at the Pickle Factory, or last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it was the Expo
Center.
That place was quite posh. The Expo Center.
Also on the historical record, it's on the historical. What do you call it for Portland?
You guys are
Registry?
Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah.
Right. And then of course,
that was the first of its kind in 1969. So I think it was completed in 72. The Beatles played in there.
Wow.
People jumped inside there.
And of course, the indoor motorcycle racing was just a big highlight. And then, of course, Seidel, which you've been 4 years now. Wow.
This will be our fifth year.
Fifth year, yeah. This will be our fifth year.
Yeah.
Fifth and final year.
He said it.
Okay.
So I was wondering.
We were going to ask.
Everything's
all good things come to an end.
Yeah.
But like I said, the character, he's getting old and he's a little bit tired of us. So it's
He might kick us out.
he might kick us out. Well, it's undecided. You know, they're trying to get a baseball stadium put in there. There's no way that's going to happen. But you know, for the time being, we're putting on the show there. But you know, we're also kind of thinking, well, you know, maybe it's time to transition. And that's part of this Vegas show. It's like, hey, what's out there? Like, what can we do? How, you know, we're always trying to learn. It's our, you know, motorcycling is not static. It's a moving, you know, excitement thing. And so that's our thing, right?
Well, right. One thing I've learned, anything that you're organizing, I'm in. I love your aesthetics. I love the vibe. I love that it's just like fun and free and no pretensions. I love that. And everyone I meet at the one show, which, you know, we go and we camp out and spend the whole time there. And we just meet so many cool people. It's the same vibe. And that all comes from you guys, really. And I'm hoping that Vegas, someone look this crew, that it's going to just be a really cool combination of the Portland thing, the Vegas thing with access to the whole LA thing. Like, this could be really big.
So here's the question for the Vegas builders. I think Thor and Tori are the perfect people to put on a Vegas show. I don't recall there being a big custom motorcycle show in Vegas.
Oh,
I know it has been kind of dovetailed into car shows. Has there been one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that I've been here in Vegas for most of my life,
right?
And I've been into this motorcycle thing for most of my life,
right.
Yeah. So one of the things that was very significant in my life in this whole building thing was there used to be this show called Artistry and Iron. And it was in its time, probably, I would say, one of the best shows in the country. It pulled some of the most amazing builders.
So how far back are we going?
We're talking about 98, 99.
Oh, okay. So way back.
Something like that. And it went on for, I want to say, at least 10 years.
Okay.
But yeah, so when I was pretty young, I was working in a shop that took part of that whole show. And being young and being around some of the like most well-known builders that were around at the time was like very inspiring to me, and it made me want to kind of continue this motorcycle building thing. You know, it made me want to be kind of like one of those guys. So it was a pretty special time, I think, back then, and it's been a while since there's been something as significant as those shows around, and I kind of feel like this is
let's bring it back.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back, and here you are. Here you are, 25 years later.
You made it.
You're being part of this new show.
I don't know about that.
You made it, dog.
Here I am working on a Sunday night.
Yeah,
you know? So, I don't know.
They worked on Sundays too.
And of course, Emma, we can't forget our own, like the event that we have out here. Have any of y'all been to the Quail, which is right here in our backyard?
Well, I haven't.
I've never been to it.
So the
I've
Quail
heard of it.
is similar in that you have all types of bikes.
Yeah, the Quail it's
That's a high-end show.
It's high, but you're gonna have scooters and classics and choppers and you're gonna have everything. It's the same thing, and everything on two wheels. We have it all.
But I mean, the Quail it's a lot of investment bikes. I think it's very much reflective of the whole kind of Monterey thing.
Well, and that's another thing that I love about the one show. You get a lot of first-time builders that are showing their bikes, and that's really cool too. Like, people see this as I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try this, and I know a lot of people who've built like one bike and then showed it.
It's very exciting when builders get their invites to come to stuff like this. So you can tell
right
when they get there and the excitement that they have, that if it is their first bike, you know, that they've been accepted, that's a lot for somebody.
So while I've got you, Mike, and I'm going to go with the other builders, do you remember your first build?
Of course.
Okay,
yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, my first build, I was building bikes for maybe like 3 or 4 years. And then in 2007, my buddy that I was doing this stuff with, he was like, we should build your own bike. And so we started building the frame and everything, and that was in 07. And it was like everything that I wanted. I wanted a tall chopper. I wanted a fat tire. I wanted a long bike. I wanted a low bike. So I put this contraption together, and I still have it. It's up in my shop now, but it was pretty much like the baddest bike on the road at that time when I finished it. Like I couldn't drive that thing down the street without turning heads. And I loved that it was accepted like that because it was literally built from scratch. Like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And it turned out, and I rode that thing. I rode the hell out of that bike, but it was a fun one. And the era that thing was built, it was just a completely different time than it is now. So
what motor? What motor did you have?
I ended up using a top end twin cam motor, but I had to buy an Evo S&S case because when I made the frame, I had an S&S, or I had an Evo mount for that. So I had to go buy a special engine case and then take a twin cam apart and then put that motor together. So it's kind of like a pretty unique motor that was in that thing.
And you've still got it, which is great. Other builders, tell me about your first build. I don't care who comes next.
So my first build was when I was still working at that shop that I'm talking about, when the Artistry in Iron was taking place.
Way back in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, no, this was probably 2000. I want to say 2001.
Okay.
This was the first bike that I ever built, like completely by hand, by myself. And I was doing it. I was working for a shop at a time, and the guy that was like the boss was a little bit difficult to work for, and so I would sneak building this thing after hours when nobody was paying attention. So
didn't Johnny Cash write a song about building a Cadillac like that?
One bike at a time, one part at a time.
Yeah,
like
there you go.
a Cadillac. Yeah, so I was building this thing like after hours without anybody knowing about it. And I when I finally finished it up, it was actually for the Artistry in Iron.
That's awesome.
I snuck it in. I snuck it inside of the Artistry in Iron, and everybody was like, "Where did this thing come from?" You know, everybody's tripping out. And the coolest part about that was that we used to use Sugar Bear front ends. I don't know if you people know who Sugar Bear is, but all we would use was Sugar Bear front ends. And Sugar Bear was there, and he kind of pulled me aside, and he was like, "See this bike right here? It's got soul." Nice. And yeah, it was like pretty special to me.
So you snuck the bike into the show?
No, when I finally finished the bike, I just rolled it in, but I built the bike without anybody that worked at the shop knowing. So I would use parts that we had sitting around in the shop, and I had the bike stashed, and I would pull it out after hours when nobody was around, and I'd build it.
Now I'm curious, Thor and Tori, has anyone ever snuck a bike into your show?
As he's telling this, like he sort of snuck into our lives anyways. Like, so,
well, no, I don't. We have one more Vegas builder to talk about their first build.
All right. So our first build that we built as a shop was a bastardized 1979 Harley Sportster Ironhead that I bought in a whole bunch of crates. So it was just pieces of bike. So I was going to build this for Tara because we had just gotten together, and I said, I'm going to build you a bike. So I built this bike, and it cost way too much money to build it, but it came out beautiful. And there's some more story on that too, but
yeah, well, I mean, it's only tried to kill a couple of people, but it's a beautiful looking bike. It's a great, no, it's a perfect little bobber chopper, and I've ridden the hell out of that bike, and now, you know, I have it sitting on the floor in the shop, and it's one of the first bikes when people come in and they're like, "Oh man, I love that one. How much?" I was like, "Well, it depends on the day and my mood and whether I want to sell it or whether," because it has some sentimental attachment. I mean, I get attached to all my motorcycles, though.
And I can hear the pride in all of your voices from your first builds. It's lovely.
Emma, someone else snuck.
There's a child. Look, there's a child with Thor and Tori. Who is this child?
one of our aspiring motorcyclists, actually. So
Nice.
Well, in fact, I believe is she, right? She's made an appearance at one show because it used to be you'd see Tor running around the one show, just directing, taking care of stuff, and then suddenly,
Well, hang on. Was that Tor or Bert Furness?
yeah, either. But then suddenly you'd see him just walking slowly.
Oh, there's
with
another
a little
one.
kid, just being a dad and taking his time with the kid, and it was like completely different guy.
Different energy, different vibe, different everything.
But it was really cool to see you enjoy the show and take the time and just stop and spend the time with your kid in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the show from start to finish, but yeah, definitely when the show is happening, I'm a lightning bolt. I got to be because there's a million things going on, and it's my own fault. But just trying to like stay in front of everything.
Because I mean, you both are doing quite a lot right now. Aside from being parents to energetic young children, you're doing 2 shows now. Is the coffee house back in your possession now?
Yeah, I mean, it always was. This is a complicated story, that's right in the middle of the juicy parts. So, but yeah, it's always been. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it's always been this beautiful like mix of things that don't work together.
And I think it's relevant for us because number one, it's always been a place for you to showcase your builds. But secondly, it's a community gathering place. And I know a lot of the bikers that we hang out with when we go up to Portland are always, we go to...
we go for breakfast. It's the bomb breakfast.
Yeah, we go for drinking at CC Coffee. It's that crowd.
Yeah.
So it's relevant.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really good at making work, just not making money. So
I know that feeling.
Well,
amen.
Now I have something special for Thor and Tori.
Oh God!
Something that we do on our show, which you haven't been able to partake in yet, is we like to create games for some of our guests. And I have created a game called the One Show Quiz. Are you guys ready to play a little game? Now, this is very simple. There's a couple different segments here. We're going to start with the first segment, which is trivia. Now, remember, this is the One Show Quiz.
So one is going to figure quite heavily in each answer.
You're giving it away, Emma.
No, I'm giving away nothing.
All right, so I'm going to start out. I got some trivia questions for you. All right, let's see if you can answer these. First one. This motorcycle, built by Eric Edison Pouton in Paris in 1910, is a 150cc, 3.5 horsepower motorcycle, which has been fully restored and lives at the Technik Museum in Sinsheim, Germany.
Yeah.
Although fully functional, this extravagant concept did not meet with public acceptance and was soon forgotten. What is unique about this special bike?
It was a rear mount motor, so the axle was the motor was the axle. Wait,
it was the only one made.
Oh,
but good try.
Good one.
This motorcycle only has one wheel.
I was gonna say that.
Well, you should have then.
Really?
No, you sit inside it. It's got a giant. It's like a giant hoop, and you sit in the middle of it.
Vegas crew, feel free to jump in there and save my ass.
Yeah, if you guys want to jump in and help them,
absolutely terrifying. This is a game for everyone.
Peanut Gallery can help. All right, we got a couple more trivia questions.
You just called 3 Vegas builders the Peanut Gallery.
Peanut Gallery, yes. Yes, exactly.
They're not wrong.
All right. All right, for this next one. What one motorcycle brand has won the most MotoGP races in history with 313 victories?
That I don't know.
Yes, you do.
What one motorcycle brand
remember
has won the most MotoGP races in history?
Abscess makes your fart go.
What?
What?
I don't think you're helping, Emma.
Honda?
Yes.
Yes, Honda.
Okay. You said what threw me off. You said brand, so then I was just thinking all kinds of brands.
Yeah,
Like-
but
I had everything going through my head.
everybody knows that an abscess makes your fart go Honda. Everyone knows that.
Honda with 313 victories, Yamaha in second with 245, and MV Agusta in third with 139. All right, here's your next one. What one motorcycle brand has won the most Dakar rallies?
I'll say BMW.
They're a little more orange than that, darling.
ATM.
Yay! Pow!
Tor, didn't you used to sell KTMs?
Yeah. but I just think, I guess KTM was around during the Dakar days, but I just figured that BMW was around a lot longer.
Yeah, I think BMW really cashed in on that whole Dakar thing. But in terms of winning, KTM
they're
just
still winning.
Nailed it because they're across so many classes.
Okay. All right. All right, this next one. What one motorcycle model has won the most Baja 1000 races, making it the winningest vehicle in the history of the race?
XR 650.
XR 600.
No and no.
XR 400.
You're getting closer, but no.
Oh, God, you're so warm.
It's a current dominator.
You are all such on the right track.
CR 450? No.
Yeah.
There you go.
CR 450X.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Are you guys ready for the speed round?
Okay, now this is for everyone. So just jump in.
All right, Emma, you're going to have to keep count for me, okay?
Hang on.
All right. So, this is very simple. You're going to have 30 seconds, and you can work together as a team if you want. In 30 seconds, I need you to name 10 things on a motorcycle that there are only one of. Go.
Speedometer.
Headlight.
Yep.
Neutral light.
Okay.
Right.
What?
Speedometer.
Headlight. We already had speedometer. Yeah.
The
Rear
throttle.
tires.
Cam chain.
Champ chain. Yeah.
Wait, 5.
Got 10 seconds left.
Did we get handlebars?
Handlebars.
Yes.
What else?
Chain, belt.
Chain, belt.
Frame.
Frame.
10. Ding, 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 ding.
All right. Oh, that was at 29. You guys
Oh,
just got it.
10? I don't even know.
You got 10.
No.
You got 10.
you got
By
10.
Emma's count, you got 10. All right.
Nice.
One more speed round. And then
Okay,
you're
now
done
come
with
on.
this section.
Get a grip, guys. 'Cause
All right,
this
Emma,
one-
you're counting, right?
I'm counting.
Okay, again, 30 seconds on the clock. Name 10 things on a motorcycle that there are only 2 of. Go.
Wheels.
Yep.
Tires,
Forks.
Yep.
Axles.
Rotors.
Yep.
Gas
carburetor,
tanks.
Carburetor. Gas tanks. Sure.
Handle grips.
Yes.
Levers.
Yes.
Levers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say fenders.
Fenders.
Yay!
Yay! Wow, you got through that. All right, now for the hard part.
I
You're down-
remove all the name 10 things you remove off a motorcycle.
I know. Very good. All right. We just
Neutral
have-
light.
We have 3 questions.
No, neutral light's legit.
Neutral light.
That's legit.
I know. A bit esoteric, but yes.
I don't know. Every time I have a bike, I was looking.
All right. So here's a simple question, and I don't know how much the peanut gallery can help with this, but we'll see.
I feel that Thor and Tori are going to dominate this round, but Peanut Gallery, feel free to step in if you know.
Okay. In 2013, what location hosted the One Moto Show?
2013 was Austin in
No.
we did 2 shows, one in Austin, and we did the Red.
What was the name of the location that hosted it?
The name of a location in Austin?
Nope.
In
2013.
2013.
Yeah.
We did 2 shows. The only other year we did 2 shows.
Oh,
it would have been the
red.
It would have been the red. Or
It was called something
Eco
different.
Trust Building, I think is what they call.
according to your website, it has it listed as the Sandbox Studios.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, you failed.
Right through. They actually got mad that we said that there was a sandbox. I should know.
Yeah.
That
2013 was the third year at the Sandbox, and with it, we did 2 shows.
Maybe we should let the builders help them after all. Okay, 2 more. Let's see how this we're building up to the harder and harder question.
Furnace does all the hard work.
Yeah. So this Seattle Cossacks stunt and drill team are one of the highlights of the Portland show. What year were they founded?
7 years. They're just celebrating their 88th year. So no, it's their 90 year. No, it's 89 year. 89 year. So whatever 89 years ago. I'm not bad at math.
I don't know. I thought they were 100 years old.
1926.
1924.
No.
1938.
38.
Hey, they're more than 100 years old. I knew it. Okay.
No, 38.
30.
Not... Okay.
More than 100 years.
All right.
Sorry.
We've got one final question. I'm going to let Emma give this one.
Oh, the final one.
Yeah. This was what, 2022?
2 or 1?
I think it was 22.
No, you're going to have to really stretch your memory. You're going to have to stretch your memory banks for this one.
We're bad at
Which one motorcycle got the builder both a bouquet and a brick for being in Thor's 10 best builds of the show, but also got the owner in huge trouble for firing it up in the hall, shooting a 4-foot blue flame out of the exhaust and getting yelled at by the Lucille Ball on steroids?
I think you got in trouble for starting the bike.
Yes! That was. Do you remember which bike it was, Tor?
It was a Goldwing.
Yeah, it was my pink
Goldwing.
Yeah,
right?
it was my pink Goldwing Turbo.
Yes, pink.
And yes, and Lucille Ball on steroids just came steaming over and practically threw me out of the show. Well done.
Oh my God.
That was the absolute highlight of my weekend.
That was awesome.
Congratulations, you survived the one show quiz.
It's such a funny rule because all the bikes have to run, because it's kind of a thing, with motorcycles.
Yeah.
But then the one thing you can't do at the show is start it up. And the only reason, just an explanation, is that if one person does it, then everybody
does it.
And then it's like there's no more rules. Then you could just ride, you do whatever you want because nobody can hear, if you So anyways, it was just like after like the second or third year where one bike got tipped over and there was burnouts galore in the show. I was like, you know what? This is maybe not the best setting to have bikes running indoors.
But mini bikes in beer cans are okay.
Those are totally
electric
fine.
bikes. Yeah.
Totally fine.
Or maybe, totally. So it's a funny rule, but
it makes absolutely perfect sense. It really does.
That was our highlight of that year, also, though.
That was So remind me, was that 21? I think I was 21. It's post-COVID.
Was it the first?
He was 21.
COVID year? Yes.
Yeah. Because 20 was a no-show.
Well, no, 20 happened.
Yeah.
We went there.
Yeah, we never stopped.
Yeah.
We're big spreaders of COVID.
Yeah, you were a personal super spreader, and then so it was 21.
I blame it on George. So it was 21 for sure. But we never stopped. We just did it, directional. So you had to walk through the show and social. This makes no sense at this point, but that's what we were doing.
But let's talk a little bit about the future of the one show. I mean, you've already dropped that you may be being booted out of the Zidell. Do you ever see yourself going back to any of your previous venues, or I mean, are you? That's it.
They're built out.
They most all the buildings we've ever used have turned them into beautiful office spaces for very expensive.
I mean, maybe Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
Oh yeah. Besides,
but yeah, I mean, I think the show is liquid at this point, and we're just trying new things to see what happens. I would say that we're pretty unlikely show promoters. For one, I'm pretty surprised that I've made
Bert Furness is a wonderful show promoter.
Great.
So, I mean, let's talk about Bert, because Bert. I feel I said the wrong thing. No, but I mean, Bert has become an inevitable part of your character.
Well, I gave the show to him last year. It's his thing now. I'm just speaking on his behalf. But
yeah, where did Bert come from?
So originally it was, if we went and sang karaoke, I was so embarrassed because I'm really terrible at singing that I would just sign up as Bert Furness, so that people, because there's Thor, Tor is a pretty recognizable name. Right. So if Bert got up on stage, it was like, oh, there's some guy Bert up there just annoying everybody. So Bert came from that, and then we did a little promo on the show, and the newscaster alias was Bert Furness, also the same karaoke singer, Bert Furness. So that's what started, and then what I realized quickly is that people like him more than they like me. So,
well, I mean, Bert has got a lot going on. I mean, he's got the pointy collars, and he's got the aviator shades, and he's got like the porn star kind of vibes going on. I mean, he's an interesting cat.
Yeah. He just, he hides out in the basement drinking all day, and like that's all he does.
So will Bert be in Vegas then?
And actually his high school buddy from Milwaukee, Louis, I actually don't know his name fully. His professional name is Jeremy Prock, and he puts on the Mama Tried Flat Out Friday.
Yeah.
But they were old high school buddies, and so it's, the word is that Louis, I can't remember his name, something like that, is going to be in Vegas, and Bert obviously knows that, so Bert's going to be there, and there's talk of some sort of debauchery. So
okay, bad luck, Tori.
Oh, wow. So I got a quick question, and we haven't even said the dates because it's coming up. The Vegas show is February 7th and 8th on the tail end of AimExpo, which is just brilliant because so many people are already there. I want to know from Tor and the rest of the builders, can you tell us what bike you're going to be showing? Because Tor, you usually build something every year, don't you?
I have, yes. For I've missed the last 2 years, sort of. No, I built a bike. I only missed 1 year last year. I did not build a bike last year, I think.
Did you build a bike this year?
Oh, I did. I do a bike every year. Yeah. So
very memorable, I can tell.
Okay.
Well, there's so many aliases here. We're like private.
Are you exhibiting a bike at Las Vegas?
Yeah, this is a Mjolnir. The hammer of Thor is coming to Vegas. So
okay,
cool.
Another fucking. This is a big deal. Yes, building a bike for this year, and the cool thing about doing a bike for every year's show, the show, is that it puts me in the mindset of why I developed the show in the first place. So it really makes it more fun when I am building a bike, because it just it's like you get to go and experience it through the eyes of why I created the show in the first place.
And that's always been our attitude, so that rather than just go, is to be part of it, participate. And I've brought bikes up there, and we've had people exhibiting art at the show, and we've had people working for you at the show. And it's just being part of it. So you've got a bike, and the builders, of course, how one bike each from the builders you're showing?
I think Mike's showing like 17.
Right?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So what can we expect to see there?
Well, they gave me kind of a nice spot where I kind of kept a lot of my bikes. So this is the first opportunity where I have that I can kind of bring most, or if all, down there. So,
and how many are you bringing?
I mean, when we get down there, it'll be between like 7 and 9.
Okay. Fantastic.
And then Christian will probably have the same amount, 5, 7, something like that.
No, maybe I might show up with maybe 4, and my daughter's bike. My daughter and I built the bike last year for Born Free, so I want her to be down there with her bike. And
how old is your daughter?
Yeah, she is about to be 18. She'll be 18 the day after the show on the 9th of February.
Oh, fantastic!
Awesome! What a great project to do together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're telling her this is her birthday party.
Yeah.
We did. That's actually why we're doing Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
And what will you guys be showing?
So we have an 80s monstrosity of a Goldwing and a double-seater sidecar that we call the Family Truckster from the National Lampoons. So it looks like an 80s station wagon, but is in fact a Goldwing and a double-seater sidecar. But it is what's the color? Pea green, whatever. Pea metallic green with the wood trim.
Oh, I love it already.
Oh, it's wild.
It sounds like my childhood.
So, and then we also have a 55 panhead that we picked up out of the desert in Arizona back in October. That we are we want to. Well, we're this year we're hoping to just get it at least up and running, and then next year, do a full build on. But we've got that on the rack right now. It's an old Survivor panhead that's been sitting for about 30 years and
40 years.
Yeah, you're right. 83 was the last time it was registered and running. So Steve was polishing that one up. We're waiting on some parts to come in, and so fingers crossed we'll have that one rolling.
We're all in that same boat.
Yeah.
Like, fingers crossed that we'll all get done, right?
And Terry, you must ride that bike there.
Yeah, that's the requirement. Did you know?
Well, that's our rule. Like, if I can start it, that's our rule with like the kids with motorcycle. Anytime, it's like, well, if you can start it, you can ride it. So I hope to that rule as well. So hopefully,
fantastic! This is so exciting. So let's get down to details of the show. What is the first day? Is it the
February 7th?
February 7th is the day. What time do the doors open?
Doors open at 2 p.m. for the public from 2 p.m. to midnight. Will be open on Friday.
Because, of course, the bands come in late, and then it's going to be a good scene late at night. How much does it cost to get in for one day? How much does it cost to get in for both days?
So it's if you want the all weekend pass, which is both days, it's $65, which is pretty decent price. Yes, and then $25 per day if you want to come in.
Okay. So, are people going to need to leave to get food, or you got food vendors?
Got food vendors, bars on site, live music on site, DJs in between. So we've got a lot going on outside the parking lot, inside the venue, and it's all in one place. And like Christian and Mike and Tara said, that there's so much to do around town that if you want to leave, come back, you can. But I think the best bargain to get is your weekend pass. Honestly, then you can come and go, and you're just there's no issues, and there's food and drinks till midnight on Friday and 10 p.m. on Saturday.
All right, I want to know a little more about food, and maybe the locals can share, because Portland food trucks do not mess around. Like Chicken and Guns is the bomb.
Yeah.
How's the food truck scene in Vegas?
Oh, I can't imagine it'd be bad.
We have some pretty good food out here. I think Vegas is I don't think most people know when they come to Vegas that we have like a pretty good food scene out here. We have a lot of people that were chefs in big casinos and stuff that have branched out and started their own food trucks and smaller restaurants that are more for like local people. So I think did you guys end up choosing the Manny's food truck?
Is Manny's going to be there?
I am not going to say on recording
okay.
And because we are still actually, this is another whole piece of the puzzle. Dealing with over state line permitting is different again.
Okay.
So yes, we have, thank goodness for this crew. They've given us so many resources for food and caterers and it's like retail marketplace vendors and everything. So I want to say yes, but I don't want to say yes 100%. But we're in the works of getting all our permitting with everybody coming on board. And it's been an awesome process to learn how to do everything from afar.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah.
I mean, the beauty of the... I'm sorry.
Excited.
The cool thing about where the venue is at is that it's so central to everything, and you have places that are amazing walking distance. When after the show, the event is over. I mean, there's really cool bars, walking distance. A little bit further down is Main Street or the Arts District, which is either a 3-minute walk or a 3-minute drive or 15-20 minute walk. And you have all of these places that are really close. And we have amazing food and really cool bars and stuff.
So let's sum it up. We got a lot of listeners in Southern California. We got a lot of listeners on the West Coast. Why should somebody drop everything and go to the one show?
I can answer this really quickly. It's going to be the most amazing experience that you've ever seen. Like amazing machinery, motorcycle culture paired with this weird Vegas town that has evolved into this kind of really cool artistic city with an old school vibe. And the weather's going to be great, and it's cheap to get there. It's cheap to stay there. As much as you want to spend, really, but it's like and we always throw Easter eggs in. We're gonna have some Easter eggs. We're gonna have some pretty wild experiences that you guys don't even know that are gonna hit you in the face, and or hopefully not hit you in the face, but you never know, right?
Okay, Vegas peeps, can you add anything to that? Why should we come to this show?
Imagine all the fun that we have when we're in Portland. Imagine that going for 24 hours.
That's Vegas, baby.
That's the part that I'm kind of scared of. I'm mentally preparing myself for a 72-hour.
We've got a lot of fun. We've got a lot of fun friends coming from all over the country, and everybody's a great time to be around. And so
from all over the world, actually.
I mean, actually, but it's gonna be a fun time. There's gonna be one hell of a solid crew there. And if you guys want to party, just come to Vegas, because it's a party town, and we're going to get down. I can promise you that.
Well, the great thing about Vegas is that you can, there's so much happening, is that you can make it whatever experience you want beyond just, the show is going to be awesome, but there's a little something for everyone here. So, and Vegas, we need a big, solid, amazing show. There has been, such a gap here for so long. So the local community is really excited. We were just at Vintage Bike Night on Friday, and everybody was, buzzing and talking about it. So, we're really excited to have you guys bring the One Moto to Vegas.
I'll tell you why. One of the reasons I love the One Moto show, and I've said because there's, all the pretensions are gone, but every bike has a story, and usually the builder or the owner is somewhere nearby. And that's why I love to hang out there and spend, we go from opening to closing usually. Right. Because we're just hanging out and meeting people and hearing the stories and finding out about the build or the background, or, it's a big social thing for me because there's so many fascinating people and stories that are behind the bikes.
It's just a great scene throughout.
Well, and even the art. Like you guys have like a quilt maker. You remember Bagel's friend, who did the quilts. Yeah. Like you get all sorts of different art there also. It's fascinating.
Yeah, and I'll just add, like, if you have the opportunity to go by, Christian shop or Main Street Moto or Mike's Place, like they're all so unique, like just these meccas, like these sort of holy places of motorcycle building. And they have, Sosa's shop alone is like you could just go through there for hours and just look at all the different details. And Main Street Moto, like, just all the bikes and cool parts and the histories. And same with Mike, they just, each one of those locations, if you have the opportunity, like it's
Are the shops going to be open during the weekend?
We'll be back.
I'll be here working.
I'm sure.
Private tours only.
Yeah, private tours.
Oh man,
yeah, they'll be late night.
Are we going to be having like the wine tour bus that you get on? It'll take you around all the shops.
Oh man, yeah, that's my van.
Yeah, but except instead of wine.
Yeah, because you know how to attract a biker. You just have a van with free 10mm sockets written on the side, and everybody but oh yeah, okay.
It's a Mack truck just trailing by.
Right.
Nice.
No, but also this show being the first one, it's like it's always cool to be there when something starts. So
right,
you can only have that opportunity once, and if you're gonna come, this is the year to come. It'll be fun.
Yeah, like I said, we are all in. We're bringing a pretty large group. It just keeps growing.
And I think the final question, I know nobody really knows the future. Nobody's got a crystal ball. But Thor and Tori, did you get involved with this show just as a one-off experiment? Or is your plan going forward? The one Vegas show is going to be a fixture. So, maybe we should talk again after the show.
It's a philosophical question. So somebody pointed out, one of my good friends pointed out, he goes, Tori, you just hate endings. You don't like things that end. And I'm like, you're right. I can't stand endings. I'll do anything to not end anything. So that's my final answer. Like what that means is pretty
right.
loose, but I hate endings. So.
And I'm sure if I had a time machine and we went back to 2010 and I asked you the same question, I'd get the same answer. And here we are 15 years later.
I know. That was supposed to be the last year.
Well, it was the goal, right?
Of.
It was the goal. So the cool thing about life is that you have goals and you hit those goals and then you reevaluate and you make new goals. And I continue that path, fortunately, I guess. But sometimes, it can be tough, but it's still just it's a choice.
Yeah, but what I'm seeing, you two, you know how to put on a good show. Whether you like it or not, Tor, you are a showman.
Well,
and you may be many other things, but you're a showman. And I'm seeing some very, very excited local builders. And the buzz certainly around the motorcycling community in California, everyone is so excited about this show. I know it's going to pan out really, really well. So maybe, how about can we have you back on the show? We'll give you a few weeks to compress, but maybe in a month or so when we'll do a post-show interview.
We're going to be in Portland. You'll follow up there.
Yeah, let's follow up with you guys in Portland. Yeah,
Vegas free Portland.
It's going to be easy. Like regrets, any? Give them time. Well, I want to thank all of you for coming on.
Yeah,
we're really excited. February 7th and 8th. Tori, you want to tell everyone how they can get their tickets to this event?
You say Tori?
Tori, this is your event. This is your show.
It's my event. Yes, February 7th and 8th. If you head over to theonemoto.com, hit the Vegas show information or Vegas tab on the top, It'll take you straight to the Tixer app, and you can pick your daytime or your all weekend pass from there. And if you have any issues, just hit us up. We have a contact form.
Right. And will you have a box office at the venue, so if any latecomers, they can just buy a ticket at the door?
Yep. You can walk in day of. We'll have registration, and you can purchase a ticket right then and there. So
great.
It's cool.
And we're giving away motorcycles, helmets, all kinds of stuff at the show. So.
Fantastic. Is anybody else going to be at the AimExpo beforehand? Because we're coming in for that as well. Oh, so we'll probably see you at the AimExpo.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this whole crew will be there, plus some, and a lot of AIM folks to our show as well. So lots of intermingling.
Yeah.
Oh, and this isn't for the public, for you guys.
No, it's fine.
It's just you and us. Share it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
No, in industry party on Thursday night, which will be cool because it'll be the first time that I've kind of experienced where we'll have companies, that make parts and things, and then we'll have builders and people that put on shows all kind of intermingling without, some of the bigger parts of the show.
What could go wrong with that?
Awesome. Live music too. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Well, that's
very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, thank you everyone for coming on.
Yeah,
we're excited.
You
we've been spreading the word. I know some people already coming from LA for this. What a great location, centrally located. Plus Vegas is one of my favorite playgrounds in general. So
so fun.
I'm excited. And I've put on a lot of these shows, so
we're feeling giddy about it. So that's a good sign.
Good.
Yeah, and to see the whole Las Vegas flair, that infusion into it, I think is just going to be the perfect melting pot.
Right. Well, I am so looking forward to it, guys. I'll see you all in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You guys.
Thanks.
All right. We're just gonna be reading some emails from this point. If you guys want to hang out, you're welcome. If you want to cut off, you're welcome too. Thank you for the great interview.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Vegas.
I'm gonna get to work.
See you next month.
All right.
Cheers.
So pretty
That's
cool.
exciting. Oh yeah. How can you not be excited by this?
Except Bagel, you're gonna miss this one.
I am, unfortunately.
But you will be in Portland.
No, I won't be able to make either one. Because I have like 4 things that same weekend. And I can't do them all.
Nothing. You've got nothing going on, Bagel.
Well,
you just want to.
Well, my plan is to be in Hawaii then. Now, if I don't go to Hawaii, though, my scooter club's doing a rally here this weekend, and I'd have to be there for that. So either way, there's no way I can make it to Portland one show. I'm very sad about that.
My phone has been blowing up during that interview. I don't know if yours has been, Emma.
Oh, yeah?
But the boys, we didn't even mention where all the boys
Yeah,
are.
my phone's been blowing up.
The boys, John, Jim, I think.
Have they been having an adventure?
They're off in the desert. I just assume that they're naked setting things on fire. That's just...
He's setting each other on fire?
They're in the desert, setting each other's genitalia on fire, as they do.
Oh, which reminds me, I have an
It's flambe.
Emma, do you have your calendar out?
Hang on, let me have a look. I'm going to go to my calendrier right now. Yes, I have my calendar.
The weekend before the one show, February 1st. I need you to put down on your calendar, time to get naked.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a naked ride.
Naked ride.
Oh.
Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and if anyone is interested in coming on out, this is the Vampires Naked Ride. It happens every year. I know y'all have done it. And it's at night, and it is naked, except you're wearing...
liberating.
Yeah, helmet.
Liberating is the word.
Helmet and boots are the only thing required by law.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Gloves recommended.
Gloves are recommended. For what reason?
I sincerely hope we have a warming trend. But yeah, traditionally, I have always done the naked ride.
The only question, Emma, is which bike will you be riding?
Oh, I'll be on the Superglide. No, and the reason I'll be on the Superglide is because it's a Harley, so it's kind of got the scoop in the seat.
Mm-hmm.
So
it protects you a little bit more from the elements.
Yes, it you know, it's the kitty cat gets a little bit cold.
Yes.
So, but I do have my winter cut. So it, you know.
Oh my God.
Oh God. We're the first.
So yeah. February 1st, anyone wants to get naked, come on down.
Now you know.
To the garage.
Now you know.
It usually happens like at 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Now you know I'm going to be quite fragile that evening because at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the 1st, I am going to San Jose's premier Injector Lounge, and I'm having my lips inflated like Kim Kardashian.
No.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh yes. I'm gonna get the Kim K special, baby. So no, everyone's doing it, darling. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit tender. Okay. Well, it'll take my mind off it, I think.
It'll keep the inflammation down, at least. The cold will.
No, I'm sure it will.
Just wear an open face.
Yeah. My God. Anyway.
Should we get to a couple of emails?
I think we should.
And I wanted to give a shout out to our old friend of the show, Sheila in Texas, who sadly
dear Sheila.
was in a car accident. Somebody turned in front of her and totaled her van. She's okay. I think she like broke a finger. Like the van did everything it was supposed to do.
Well, thankfully she was in a van and not on a bike.
Yeah. But Emma was quite pleased because Sheila sent pictures from like the insurance company. And in one of the pictures on the inside of the van, you could clearly see
an Emma's Army sticker.
Yes.
And it was the blue, because there's two versions of the Emma's Army sticker. There is the blue one with the gin bottle, which is the Mark II version, and I've got the Mark I's, which is the Army Green version. Now, dear listener, if you are new to this show and you don't know what Emma's Army is, so about 5 or 6 years ago, I can't remember, Liza was spouting off about some crap or other, and I said, look, Emma's Army will come and just fuck you up. And she thought this was the greatest thing she'd ever heard. So I thought, okay, well, listen, I deserve an army. So in order to be in Emma's Army, you've just got to be pretty cool. You've got to think about what it means to be a motorcyclist. And what it means to be a motorcyclist is just be cool out there. Don't antagonize people. Don't hassle people. If you see a bike broken down by the side of the road, stop and help them. Do like good motorcycling things. And that's what being in Emma's Army.
Biker do-gooder.
Biker, yeah, just be a cool cat.
I thought that Emma's Army was the army of people that Emma has laid hands on their bikes, who then in gratitude have given their service to Emma from that day forward.
Well, no, and that includes it, because anybody that I have fixed their bike, I always say, well, just go out and do good. Go out and face the world and, be a good person. And, I've still got lots of Emma's Army stickers. So if you want an Emma's Army sticker...
Take them to the one show. Let's hand them out there.
Yeah, we'll take some to the one show and give them out.
That could be our thing.
If anyone comes up to me...
At the one show
and says, give it the beans, darling, I will make you an honorary member of Emma's Army.
I was thinking they need to come up to you and salute.
Oh, no. No, that's far too formal, darling.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's far too formal.
I assume you are the general in Emma's Army.
If they want to come up to me and drop their trousers, so I can make the inspections.
To see if they had, what did you say, their winter coat?
Winter cut.
Winter cut, that's it.
Because you got the summer cut. The winter.
Right. Hold on, I have a couple quick announcements.
Oh, you do? Really?
I do.
Oh.
So our rally is going to be April 3rd through 6th.
Nice.
Down in Hollister Hills near here. come on out to our rally. Everyone is invited. It's a fun event. We've got street riding. We've got adventure riding.
Yes.
We've got enduro riding.
Yes.
We've got dirt bike riding.
Yes.
And this year we're trying to open it up to families with kids too. We're working with First Rides.
Now, First
be
Rides
inclusive
were
of-
on the show a couple of weeks back, and we talked to Clay, who was the founder of First Rides, teaching kids how to ride bikes. So if you want to come out to the rally with your children, and your children never have ridden a bike before, there will be bikes for them to ride, and there will be formal instruction available.
Yeah, so it's family friendly. It's really for everyone. So please come join us for our rally.
Please.
And you can find more information at breakingawayadventures.com.
I was thrilled. I was in Gilroy Motorcycles picking up parts yesterday, and there is a stack
I put
of
those there.
rally flyers on the counter.
Yes, because Gilroy Power Sports is our main sponsor of our
They are.
event. Shout out to Gilroy. I was down there talking to Greg and checking out all the deals they have. They're getting rid of like 24 and 23 models and just deals. to
Yeah,
be
Greg
had.
is a dealing man.
So come on out to our rally. Go to breakingawayadventures.com. You can also find the link in our show notes or on our website. And then the other thing is, every year I do t-shirts, right?
Yes.
Well, last year's t-shirt, I have some excess left over. This is the really cool green shirt with the unnamed rider on it.
Yes, that's right. The shirtless rider.
I have put our shirts on sale and blowing them out $10 plus shipping.
And I always think it's quite ironic that the gentleman on the T-shirt is not wearing a T-shirt. Funny that.
So go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com.
Yes.
You can find our shop. Click on
Yes.
shop
Yes.
and get yourself a shirt. $10 plus shipping. It's that simple.
Can you still get a shirt with me in bed with a bike on it?
You can. That is at our other shop.
Zazzle. And you can also get a mug. So if you want to drink your morning tea and look at Emma in bed with a motorcycle, go to zazzle.com.
We've got time for a couple emails.
Yeah.
Bagel, you have a long one, but a good one.
I do. I have a long one and a short one that you sent a couple weeks ago that I didn't get to read.
Ooh,
Bagel's
okay.
got a short one.
Should I start with the short one?
Sure.
Okay. So this is an email we got from Roy Hanks.
Hey, Roy. We know Roy.
Yes, we know Roy.
And Roy writes, to whom it may concern, there is a pretty 1962 Vespa with a sidecar on Bring a Trailer.
Oh, gold.
And send a link. And looks can be deceiving.
Oh, nasty business. Now, would that
Now-
be a Bambini sidecar?
I'm not sure exactly. It might be a cozy sidecar. I'm going to guess that probably is a cozy, an Indian made sidecar. It is a modern sidecar. It is not a vintage. But let me start with the positives on this one. On the plus side, this thing fetched the seller $11,500.
Good Lord.
It's shiny. It's red. It has 3 wheels. But the wheels are the wrong size. This is a VBB Vespa that has been converted to 10-inch with a 10-inch wheeled sidecar. It is, I don't know the history. Well, here it is. This 1962 Vespa VBB 150 was refurbished by Planet Vespa in Vietnam prior to being imported to the U.S. through Singapore. And it was acquired by the selling dealer in June of 2024. So this is literally a Vietnam Baj bike that has been sold for $11,500 on Bring a Trailer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is yet another example of a bike that, I mean, I know I don't know the shop. I don't know the quality of the work. I don't know anything about them, but knowing the MO of these shops with these bikes, they are put together to look very pretty. It actually apparently has been registered in California, so it is legal for the road, but I don't know if it is safe for the road. A lot of these bikes were literally thrown together where in some cases, they welded two different frames together into make one. There are engines that have been worn out past any chance of repair and have been slapped together with Coke cans lining the cylinders. I mean, there's the horror stories that you hear about bikes like this are never ending.
Oh no!
Now this could be an exception to that. I don't know, but I fear that whoever bought this bike paid way too much for something that is really not very good quality. So I appreciate the interest, Roy, in sending this in, but unfortunately, this is definitely a cautionary tale of knowing what you are buying before you plug down $11,500 on it.
I actually saw a vintage Vespa in Vietnam, and I went, "Oh, it's one of them!
Yes.
It's one of them!"
Yep, they are around. There were a lot of them sold there back in the day. So this is what happens.
Cool. Well, Bagel, hold on to the second email. Let's jump over to Emma, and she can read hers.
Hello, darlings.
Hello.
So I have an email here from Jeff Kirchman.
Hey, Jeff.
Message. In 2023, I participated in the Motorcycles and Misfits Dolomite Training Tour. Best vacation ever! ! Thank you so much to Kat, Mouse, Emma, and all the Dolomisti. My rental bike was a BMW F750 GS, and I loved it. In fact, I enjoyed it so much, I bought one this summer.
Oh.
I found a 2019 with only 600 miles and I pounced, as you should. I've now begun the process of making it mine. And here's where I discovered an unexpected problem. Every bike I've owned, 83 Honda Nighthawk 550, 98 Kawasaki Kone, or a 2012 Suzuki V-Strom 650, has had an available service manual from Climbers or Haynes, and I've always had one on hand. They were crucial in moving me from a person who would never change their own oil into one who actually knows what the inside of an engine looks like. But with the BMW, there is no commercially available service manual. BMW Motorrad used to sell a dealer service manual on CD, but have even stopped that. To get a workshop manual that will give me proper torque specs or steps to change my oil, my only option appears to be shady internet sources that so far I've been unwilling to trust. Is this what Right to Repair is all about? What are your thoughts? And in a world where a proper service manual doesn't appear to exist, where does one turn to for advice on simple maintenance or repair tasks? And it is something of a problem. A lot of modern manufacturers really are shying away from giving out service information on their bikes. Now, most everything sold in California will give you some fairly basic information on a sticker, usually on the airbox, and you can get your valve clearances, your plug clearances, stuff like that. But it doesn't kind of tell you how to do it. I wish I had a solution for you, Jeff, but I've encountered it myself. I mean, I've had some late model stuff at the shop, late model Aprilias, late model MV Augustas, and a couple of BMWs, and there's just no service information for it at all. Right now, and there's other things, right now I've got a 2004 Triumph in the shop, and I can't get any bloody parts for it. So, we're in this very, very weird space with motorcycles that Right to Repair, yes, basically means that you should be able to get your bike serviced everywhere. But the manufacturers seem to be trying to circumnavigate that by making service information only available to their dealers and only available through the portal that dealers have access to.
So I don't know if this is a solution, but in general, I found that YouTube is becoming a bigger and bigger resource.
Well,
where people post videos of how to.
I think YouTube is an amazing resource. We've always joked and said, "Oh yeah, he or she's a YouTube certified mechanic." But if there is nowhere else to go, that is where you go. And, you have to do a little bit of due diligence yourself. If you're seeing somebody who's mumbling, or the music's too loud, or the workshop's grubby, or their bike looks like a sack of shit, maybe you should take what they're saying with a pinch of salt. Conversely, if somebody is presenting the information in a professional way, the workshop is clean, the bike is clean, and they're speaking concisely and explaining the method they're using to get what they want to do on the bike, I think that's valid information. You've got to kind of try and figure out what you're being presented with.
The other thing, again, I don't know if this is absolutely true, but another little trick is checking eBay and changing the country code, because some of these bikes may be in Europe or Canada or other places where that information may have been available.
Right.
So checking eBay, it might be a CD-ROM, or it might be a manual, or it might be, whatever. Yeah. But change the code on eBay, your country code, and keep searching.
Right. And, if nothing else, if you get a German manual, because believe me, our German friends love printed manuals. A German manual and Google Translate may be your only solution for that bike. I mean, I've done it before with some really obscure Moto Guzzi's, and I've got a manual from Italy and then just translated it as best I can.
So those are a couple other tricks to try. I hope you're able to find what you need.
But I tell you what, good catch on that bike. 2019 with 600 miles. Cool. Somebody bought a bike they didn't like.
All right. Bagel, you got the last email there.
I do.
Oh, here we go.
Dying.
All right. This one's called Didn't Lose My Kidneys on Craigslist.
Kidneys.
This is an email here from Trey Forsyth. It says, "Hey, y'all. Long-time lurker, first-time rider from Nashville. Trey Dog.
Hey, Trey Dog.
Hope you and yours are doing all right with all the chaos that is going on out yonder on the west side."
Hey, Trey, how your mama and them? That's a proper greeting right there.
Yeah. Just wanted to drop a line and thank you for all y'all do for this community, telling stories and shining lights on those who would go unnoticed and uncelebrated otherwise. You are an asset and a beacon for this community that we all enjoy so much.
Thank you so much.
Taking a step back to the Mary and Malcolm celebration on episode 603, I thought I'd share my Craigslist ad story that's every bit in line with what Miss Haley Watson went through.
All right.
To set the scene, a long-lost high school band buddy of mine had reached out and asked if I'd be up for going to the local Cars and Coffee one brisk Saturday morning, to which I eagerly obliged. After strolling the aisles of endless exotics and bro-dozers, we set off to grab some tacos for lunch, which is when he brought up his afternoon plans as he unfolded a piece of paper from his wallet and slid it across the table. The ad read simply, "Need warm bodies to work on race cars."
Emma, would you answer that ad?
No.
Well, if there ever was one seamless sentence to entice my curiosity, that'd be it. After getting the blessing of my beloved lady, Josh and I were off to answer the calling of this random misconnection Craigslist ad. I'll admit that we did start to second guess our decision as we drove up the mountainside past junkyard cars and burnout trailer homes looking straight out of an episode of Cops. After traversing the half-lane gravel goat path that was being passed off as a driveway, we finally rounded the final corner to see the locale that was given to us. There stood a huge ranch-style home straight out of Southern living. A massive shop out back with tractors, trailers, and race car parts purposefully placed around the property. And a little old man with round wizard-esque spectacles and his trusty black lab there to greet us, tail wagging at full song. Long story short, that once-in-a-lifetime yes to take a chance Craigslist ad led us to wrenching on and racing cars, Miatas, Mustangs, and some open-wheelers around places like Daytona, Sebring, Road Atlanta, Barber, and Mid-Ohio, among others.
Wow.
I got to do things that 7-year-old me couldn't even dream of on the best days playing Gran Turismo back in the day. That was nearly a decade ago now, and it's led to some incredible memories and accomplishments for us all. These days, I'm a 35-year-old father of 2 little pups who I'm trying to light a passion of motorsports with the help of our garage full of spicy Italians, a V4 2.0 and a Touareg 660.
Nice.
Pick of pups on the faux Honda, a.k.a. La Fonda, attached. Life opens up so much more when you look opportunity in the eyes and aren't afraid to say, why the hell not? Thank you all for having the courage to not say no, and for being comfortable being uncomfortable. You're reaching so many more people than you'll ever give yourself credit for. Much love, wrap that wrist, and give it the beans. Cheers from Tennessee.
Ah, thanks, Trey Dog.
Yeah, and Trey has included a picture of 2 children.
They're
Child.
They are pups.
They are puppies.
Yes.
And they are sitting on a Tuano.
A Touareg.
Oh,
And
it
a
is.
Pipit.
It's Touareg 660.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
And yeah, just delightful children. Just delightful.
Yes, they look very excited.
No, they do. And that was lovely email. I mean,
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you
Trey.
so much. I appreciate that.
and he's absolutely right, of course. I mean, one should, if an opportunity presents itself, no matter how scary it is, go for it.
Yeah, at least look into it, keep your wits about you, but if it looks good, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and Emma, we should probably get out of here because you have a longer route home than usual.
Well, unfortunately,
yes.
yes, we made the national news, darling. That
Yeah.
battery.
A little bonfire there.
Yeah, there was a little bonfire at a battery storage facility at our local power plant.
I
They've
did not
closed-
know that was the largest battery storage facility in the world.
I had
They-
no idea.
Yeah.
Somebody let the plasma out.
Yeah, somebody let the plasma out. And
Don't let the plasma out.
the fire is out. However, although the fire is out, the road is closed. So I have to take quite a substantial detour to get myself back
Highway
home.
1, yeah. Highway 1
Yeah,
going down the
Highway
coast
closed.
has been closed. But yeah, everyone here is okay if you've been seeing it. They did evacuate people nearby, but there's not a lot of people living
Yeah,
nearby.
and the good news is the EPA actually sent down a team today to measure toxicology in the air, and there is none.
Well, there's
Yeah.
poisonous gases it emits, but they are lighter than air, so they all
They all went
flew
up
up in the
there.
air. And so we're all fine here. It was just a
Yeah.
little bit of excitement.
Right.
Was all.
Yep.
Nothing like what's going on in Southern California and those fires. So
Yeah.
we're all good,
And-
just to let everyone know. But Emma, you do have to take the long way home.
I do have to take the long way home, but I'm not scared.
Come to the one show. Everyone.
You should meet us.
Come to the one show, Portland, and Vegas. But now it sounds like I don't know how I'm going to Portland. I am going to Portland. I
Cool.
don't. Bagels, you're not
Do
going to
it.
be there.
I
Emma,
wish-
sounds like
I
you
wish
may
I
not
could be there. I love it. I want to be there. I just can't this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'll try and go. I mean, at the end of the day, much as I love doing these things, I love being on this show. I love going to the one show. I love doing the whole Dolomite strip and doing everything. But I have a business. And sooner or later, you see, now you are
Important.
a woman of leisure, Liza.
Well, I'm working on getting a job.
Yeah, I know you need
Just
to
so
get
you
a
know,
job.
a job.
Yeah,
I'm taking steps to become an instructor.
That'll be your weekend's gone.
Not necessarily.
Well, no,
They do it all the days.
They do it all the days.
All the days. But
oh, you could be a sidecar instructor.
what?
You love sidecars.
Actually, the Benelli is gone. Now I have a sidecar with no Benelli.
Oh, really? You sold it?
Yeah, I sold it to somebody who bought it for a 16-year-old who wants to get into riding. So figured that was a perfect
well
start.
done. And
cool.
the thing is with that little Benelli, it's a very cool little bike. So I can see it being high appeal to a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Hey, Liza.
Yeah.
How come you never thought about using that sidecar for chariot racing?
Because you need to race against someone else in a sidecar.
Well,
And we only have one.
No, not as a sidecar. Use it as a chariot.
Ooh.
Take the wheel off entirely.
There you go.
That might be. It might be
look
its
at that.
calling.
Well, right now it's just a big paperweight. So we'll see.
Yep, exactly. But it's use.
But we've got so much coming on this year already. I mean, we're 2 weeks into this year. The boys are out in the desert. I just got back from Vietnam. We're getting ready to go to Vegas, the one show, making all these plans, our rally. It's going to be a whirlwind. So hopefully people are going to be joining us. Go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com.
Yes.
We've got an event page of where we're going to be. And I checked it. It's all up to date right now. So hopefully you can join us for an event.
We would love to see you.
And while you're there, get one of our t-shirts on sale. Thank you very much. But
Sweet.
most of all, I want to ask everyone to send us your emails. Keep them coming. Send them to motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com. And also, I can't go without saying thank you to all of our listeners, especially our Patreon supporters.
Oh, fabulous people, darling. Fabulous.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much for supporting us. If you'd like to support us, you'll find the link on our website. I think the link is called Give Us Your Money.
That would be
Pretty simple.
appropriate.
I just went right to the point. But most of all, let us know what you guys are up to. We want to know what events you're going to, and maybe other misfits can meet each other at events. That would be cool. So thank you, everyone. Exactly. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Time to get out of here. This is Liza.
Hey, my darling.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.